Hello everyone! The Gear Headed Hamster here, and today we'll be playing Clue, the game where the Master was murdered by Mr. Green, with a Go-Go Gadget umbrella in Alfred Hedgehog's Mystery Cave. So yes, we will be playing a game of Clue Classic. Or, well, Cluedo if you're so inclined. Yeah, the Brits are weird. Anyway, right. So, yeah, this is a digital version of the classic board game Clue. For those who've never played it, basic synopsis is you and a bunch of rich, fancy people are invited to a very fancy dinner party, but as the night wears on, you hear a scream in the distance. Oh no! The Master has been murdered! And so it's up to you and your fellow partygoers to try and figure out who done it, with what, and where. Dun dun dun! And so yeah, that's the game in a nutshell. Right. There is a single player mode where you can play against bots, but for the sake of this video, I prefer playing online. I think it's more interesting. There are various different locations you can visit. I don't have any of the DLC, so all I have is Toreador Mansion, but that's fine. The way the game works, again, if you've never played it, it's very simple. There's a deck of 21 cards, 6 of them are people, 6 are weapons, and 9 locations. One of each category is put into a secret envelope, and that is your murder. And every other card is randomly shuffled and given to all the players. And of course, if the card is in your hand, it by therefore cannot be in the envelope. And so it's not the murder. And so the game is you asking questions and players around you giving a little bit of information about what's in their hand. And as you learn more about what's in the hand, you learn more about what's not in the envelope. And so it's a process of elimination. It's a classic hidden information game where there's some underlying truth and you have to try and figure out what that truth is by asking strategic questions. So yeah, I absolutely love this game, and I love the atmosphere. Yeah, I love the presentation. So this is our mystery envelope. And these are the rest of the cards. Dagger, billiard room, dining room. Well, dang. Okay, I'll admit, for my opening, I love going to the billiard room. For reasons, I just think it's a fun location. But, yeah, no need to go there, because I already know it's not that. I guess I'll probably go to the library for my opening move. A conservatory. How interesting. So the other thing to note is, even if it's not your turn, you do have to pay attention. For example, someone made a suggestion, and I know that Peach has at least one of these 3 cards. And I also know that Mustard does not have any of those cards, since it passed his turn. So yeah, you ask a question of 3 cards, one of each category, and if the next person in line has one of those cards in their hand, they must reveal it. If they don't, pass the turn, and that's information you have moving forwards. Now, one of the... Ooh, that's unlucky. Oh, thankfully Mustard already is in a room. You lucky bugger, you. Yeah. So, one thing I find really interesting about Clue as a game, there's a bunch of hidden information games out there, and don't get me wrong, I love them. From Mastermind, what was that game? What was that game called? Okay, you got Mastermind, you got Battleship, you got, Guess Who, that's what I was thinking of, Guess Who. And, you know, there's a bunch of others. The more modern version of Mastermind is Wordle. And, yeah, classic... Ooh, okay. Well, that's a lot of information. Thank you. Alright, because these are X's, that automatically triggers. I'll also mark that a question, and these are also mysteries. Okay, got it. I'll talk about the numbers in just a second, but yeah. So there's a lot of, like, hidden information games out there, but the thing I find interesting about Clue is, unlike most games where the simple objective is figure out the answer as quickly as possible, here, there's a twist. Yes, you have to try and figure out your answer as quickly as possible, but you also have to try and avoid giving too much information away to your opponents. And so, yeah, there's an element of red herrings and of misdirection, especially in a group setting with real people where you can throw out some accusations, throw out some misdirection, and, you know, be a little cheeky with the crowd. Now, in terms of the strategy, at least in terms of... So, in my opinion, the strategy is broken into two categories. You have the front end, i.e. the questions, and you have the back end, i.e. the paper, the answers. And there's plenty of video... Everyone seems to be super gung-ho about this mustard fella. Okay. Question, and mark. Okay, so yeah, in terms of filling out the paper, whenever someone makes an accusation, I put a question mark. Not strictly necessary, but it's useful to see what has already been asked, whatever. And then in terms of the numbers, when someone gives an answer saying, hey, I have one of those cards, you put down a number, and for each column, like, you start with number 1, then number 2, and then etc., just to signify each question as being separate. Yeah, I'm gonna go library. Let's see, I guess Peach? Sure, let's go Peach. And, rope. Why not? So, in terms of questions, my general strategy is I try to do information that is very unknown. Like, I want to figure out as much information as possible, therefore, things that are already partially known, I try to avoid, and I try to go for things that I have no idea about. Like, for example, rope. That one question mark, or sorry, that one suggestion filled out the entire row, bingo, and now I have a lot of information, and information that no one else has either. And so that can be very useful later on if someone else suggests rope. Well, suddenly I know the answer, no one else does. Interesting. So we got Peacock, Candlestick, and Library. And Mustard has, okay, I got rid of the numbers. Okay, so Mustard has 1, 1, 1. Alright. So we know that... Oh wait, no, we never saw anything from Mustard yet. Oh right, it was Peach that revealed earlier. That's right. We know Peach has a revolver. Also, side note, I love how rainbow this is. Like, I never get games like this, but like, I just love how, like, colorful the top is. Like, almost a perfect rainbow. It's so beautiful, so pretty. Speaking of pretty, like I said, I love the presentation. I love how the murders are reenacted in the environments. Okay, so this one... Okay, hang on. First things first. Green is questioning. Then we have a mark. I'm just gonna put a 2. And then this one disappears. We have a 1 there, 1 there. Okay. So we have a 1 up here, a 1 here, so we know it's one of these 2 cards, but we don't know which one. And we know that it's one of these 2 cards, but we don't know which one. Now, something else to pay attention to is the number of cards, the number of known cards per player. You see these little pips up here? one pip is highlighted, 2 are hidden. We know for a fact one of Peach's cards, but we also know for a fact a suspected card from Peach, this number 2, which technically could be a 1. I'm going to change it to a 1. There we go. So we know that Peach definitely has a revolver and might have a candlestick or a lounge, but definitely has one of those two. Okay, what is up with everyone going after Mustard today? Ah, okay, interesting. Okay, so Mustard's asking... No, already have information. Okay. We know it's probably Rope that was revealed, but this one disappears. Okay, there's still 2-1, so that's fine. And then this one disappears. And so there's a 1 here that becomes confirmed. Is there any other numbers? No, I think I got them all. Sweet, okay, so we have confirmed one of Peach's cards is the candlestick. Nice, we only have 2 weapons left. We figure one out, we know the other one by default. Sweet! Okay, things are looking good. Alright! Another great bit of information, because we have the candlestick XX. So by default, that has to be true. And that one disappears. And so this one confirms. Sweet. Okay, this... Not to jinx myself, but like, things are going really smoothly right now. So, yeah, push on the momentum. With that said... Like, one interesting catch about this game, there is a sort of hidden catch-up mechanic that is just kind of intrinsic to the way the game works, is the more information one player has, sure, they can make informed guesses, but the rest of the players do not have that information, and they do not make those informed guesses, and so sometimes an opponent player can do a redundant guess, and you get redundant information. It's still news to them, they still have new information, but you already figured that out a while ago, so you don't get anything new from it. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, billiard room. One of those things where, yeah, there is a bit of just a general catch-up. Oh yeah, question mark. Alright, so things are looking pretty good. This will be my second turn. One neat thing is, if you want to know how many turns have elapsed in this game, count the tiny green check marks. So the tiny marks are things that have automatically been placed there by the game, whereas the big marks are things that you have manually placed based on your observations. Let's do the study. Let's learn. Who done it? Time for some homework. Okay, let's do Orchid. I'm feeling Orchid. But again, no information, and we already did Peach last time, so... And then Wrench. Ooh, interesting. Ah, Green has some news. It's not the study. Good to know. Very good to know. One other interesting thing, and again, one of these things about deception and misleading your players is knowing what the opponents know. Like, how much does your opponent already know? And in this game, if you see a tiny X, that's public information. That was information that was learned. Okay, not necessarily. The rope check mark. Okay, yeah, no. If there's a check mark, then it's private. But if there's just X's on their own, that is public information where everyone knows. If it passes a turn... Okay, I have to mark this down. Okay, is there any numbers yet? No. So, 1 and 1. But yeah, so trying to keep track of what everyone else knows. Like I said, generally speaking, if there's a tiny X, everyone knows that because the person passed. But if there's big X's, those are things that you personally mark down, and so that's hidden information, something you know that no one else does. So yeah, you kind of, it's really nice seeing when the board lights up with lots of big red X's. Especially the big check marks, because those are inquiries that you figured out on your own. Yay! Unfortunately, I can't do anything here because that, most likely, they just revealed the library card. They may or may not have green or wrench, but there's no way of figuring that out with just this information. Although green's the one asking the question, so I'll make a question mark there. Yeah, like I said, that's an example where green got information that I did not, because I already knew the information. It happens, it's just part of the game. Alright, right, so something else to bear in mind is the number of cards known per player. Like, if I can figure out every single card a single player has, everything else automatically becomes X's. Because if they have 3 cards, and I know all 3 of them, I know what they don't have. And so, yeah, again, it's one of these, like, logic by deduction, logic by what they don't have. And that's the game. I love it. I love these, like, logic puzzles. And yeah, it's just so much fun. Ah, this one disappears. Okay, so dining room, 1 disappears. Okay, is there's a 1 here, no 1 there, so that confirms. That one disappears, and this one disappears. And no 1's here, so that one confirms. And that one disappears. Alright! Nice, okay. And so I learned a lot this day. It's not the conservatory, and it's not Scarlet. Great. So in terms of locations, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still need to eliminate 3 more. 1 weapon needs to be eliminated, and 3 people need to be eliminated. So, yeah, we're partway there. Mustard rope. Okay, it could be rope, so no significantly new information. Nothing there. Okay, so I have 2 cards for Peacock. 1 confirmed, 1 suspected. For green, I have 2 confirmed. For mustard, I have 1 confirmed and 0 suspected. Peach, I have 2 confirmed. And then for orchid, I have 2 confirmed. Okay, so yeah, I know a lot of the cards, but like, there's always that 1 card that is elusive. Again, sometimes the game can throw you for a loop that way. Again, it's just sort of nature of the game, nature of things. Alright, so we are in the kitchen, and you know what? I like that. No one's been poking around in the kitchen yet. Let's see what's cooking. Ooh, lead poisoning. How delicious! Ah, and so, well, that doesn't confirm anything. It does heavily imply that lead pipe is one of Peacock's cards. Because you have this overlap between 2 prior questions. And again, that's another reason why I try to avoid asking duplicate questions, because I don't want fuel the fire of these duplicate answers that give my opponent more information. While it's not confirmed, I'm pretty sure wrench is the weapon. So let's go to the hall. Yeah, no information about the hall, so let's go there. Although it is a little bit risky, you can easily get trapped in the hall if you you roll a low number. And well, I still know nothing about Peach, so yeah. And I'm actually going to I'm gonna play tricky. I'm gonna choose Dagger because I have it. Oh, interesting. Oh, very interesting. Oh no. Oh, don't tell me that's... Oh, okay. Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, I gave away a lot of information about Dagger and Hall. But, okay, okay. Oh, and also I have all of Peach's cards, so let me quickly just mark everything as X's. Alright. Now, do we have anything confirmed? Not immediately, but... Very interesting. So what are you suggesting? Orchid, Dagger, Billiard Room. Oh, hello. I have these cards, so I know that is definitely... Alright, so... Nice. And so that's 2 of Mustard's cards I have. Yeah, things are going pretty smoothly, all things considered. I'm loving this. This is great. Seven. Let's go. I love that there's just this random secret passage staircase in the middle of a kitchen. That doesn't seem very safe. Mustard. Okay, don't know for sure, but like... There's a card here and a card here. And it's green asking? Yes. Okay. So, and that means that everything else is confirmed to be missing. Cool. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we have 2 confirmed cards and then a pair of suspected cards. Like, or rather, a suspected card covering 2 slots. Do I know... Okay, still don't know 100% who, what, or where did it, but, you know, it's just a matter of time. That's the other scary thing about this game, especially in real life, of like, you know, especially towards the end of the game where you have most of the information, but like, do you pull the trigger? Like, when do you say your final accusation? Like, if you're missing just one little bit of information, sometimes it's worth it to make a wild accusation and lock in your final answer, even if it's just a hunch, because especially with 6 players, odds of everyone else not getting the correct answer by the time it gets back around to you, well, that's the risk, that's the gamble. And so, yeah, there's a really nice element of tension right at the very end of each game of like, who's going to be the first one to make an accusation? Who's the first one to call out the game? Oh, very interesting. Peacock has some cards. Okay, so this is 3? A lot of overlapping cards for Peacock. Although it might all just be lead pipe. Let's be honest. In terms of who, I think it might be Mustard. That's my hunch. Mustard is a murder, wrench, and I guess lounge? well, someone is attempting to lounge, so I don't have to ask it myself. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to run out of numbers, folks. Okay, why is everyone... like, okay, I think it's pretty clear. The lead pipe is not the thing. Wah wah. 6. Ballroom. Okay, okay. That's a decent enough guess. I would have guessed that too. Honestly, it was a toss-up between ballroom and lounge, so thanks for making my decision a little easier. Potentially. Yeah. Generally... okay, cool. Cool beans. And so this one okay, hang on. Oh, sweet. Okay, so that confirms. Okay, so definitely not the ballroom. The one disappears. Is there another one? Yes and yes. Damn it. I was hoping that this one would be left alone, but... okay. Oh! Orchid is making her final accusation. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. You think it's green, wrench, and lounge? Uh-oh. No! Damn! Well played. Well played. Oh well. Better luck next time. I also loved a little portrait of the character in cuffs. It's like, again, I love, and like you have all the people on the staircase in the Great Hall sort of talking with each other, like murmuring in the background. Again, I love the presentation. I loved how this game sounds and feels and all that, and like the music and all that. Like, really well done. Really well done. So yeah. That was 6 players. It took 4 turns, which actually is a pretty damn quick game. Like, hot damn. In terms of actual time, according to this, it was 28 minutes, 8 seconds. Okay. And apparently I played 113 games. Yay, Pixar number. Alright, so... right. I think that will wrap things up here. Yeah, that was Clue Classic. Shucks I didn't win, but, you know, them's the breaks. Anyway, you have a great one, folks. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.